Andrew, what's next is the question on some people's minds, and that's kind of mixed in terms of the answer for that. We know some things because they're outlined in the law that was voted on last night, but there's also some gray areas that have to still be ironed out by the Department of Commerce as they figure out how to regulate recreational marijuana in the state.
Unless the General Assembly makes changes, the initiative will go into effect on December 7th.
23 other states have approved the recreational use of marijuana in recent years. Ohio now becomes the 24th. But what does that mean for the everyday Ohioan? Can you light up legally as you please? Not really, says Yana Urdanova at the OSU Moritz College of Law.
There will, however, not be any place for Ohioans to purchase legal marijuana in a licensed dispensary, because the dispensaries will not be licensed probably for another 6 to 9 months, depending on how quickly the Department of Commerce will move.
What about buying weed in Michigan and bringing it back to Ohio until then? While possession of up to 2.5 ounces of cannabis and 15 grams of extract will be legal, transporting it across state lines is still illegal under federal law. As for who gets to sell, some of that is spelled out in the law passed Tuesday. Current medical marijuana dispensaries get priority.
In the initiative, anybody who is currently licensed as a medical marijuana licensee will get a preference for submitting their application to the Department of Commerce within 6 months of the passage.
And that blunt could still cost you your job or your rental.
There are no protections for employment. An employer can still set their own policy on drug use. So if an employer decides to have a drug-free environment, they are able to do so, and a person can be fired for that. And the same as landlords.
Now, there are a couple other things to note. Growing your own becomes legal December 7th. People can have up to 6 plants themselves or 12 for the entire household. It's also important to note that impaired driving laws still apply. You can still be arrested for driving high. Coming up at 6, all this could still change, though. I'll tell you about what the efforts are to change the law that was passed last night. Live in Columbus, Cullen Dorsey, 10 TV News.